competitive softball nations, and this has been the case for several decades. Today on Fox Sports, we take you to the Blacktown International Sports Park for the Softball Australia Down Under Series as the CTI Australian women's team faces the Japan Toyota Red Terriers. We also profile Vanessa Stokes and celebrate the 50th anniversary of Australia winning the inaugural Softball World Championship. Our coverage supported by CTI, Eastern, Softball New South Wales, Softball Australia, Blacktown City Council, Blacktown International Sports Park and the Australian Sports Commission.
Hello everyone and welcome to Blacktown International Sports Park in Sydney's West for the 2015 Softball Down Under Series between Australia and Japan in what should be an absolute mouth-watering clash here on Fox Sports. And joining me is former Australian softballer and two-time Olympic medalist Fiona Crawford. Fiona, thanks for joining us. What can we expect today?
We can certainly expect an exciting game, some of the best pitching in the world and two very, very different styles of play. So I'm super excited to see how it all turns out.
Well, an incredibly tough task for the Australians today, of course, coming against the number one Japanese side and without some regulars for them, the New South Wales captain Stacey Porter and also Queensland captain Jodie Bowering. So what do you make of this Australian side that's set to take the field today?
Well, I think it's going to be a mixed bag. They've got quite a few players that are making their debut for the Australian team, but they've got a number of experienced players who've been with the Aussie Spirit team for a number of years. So I would think that Coach Kerry Johansson would be looking for those players to really step up. Certainly they're big shoes to fill, but the likes of Chelsea Forkin, Belinda White would certainly be leading from the front.
Now, the influence of American-born Japanese pitcher Monica Abbott today, arguably the tallest woman in women's softball. Do you think she'll have much of a say in proceedings today?
Oh, most definitely. She is such an imposing figure on the mound and she throws so hard, 115 clicks. So it certainly is coming in at pace. So I think the key for the Australian hitters is to remain really disciplined in the box, to not chase those pitches that are out of the zone, really make sure that Monica brings the ball across the plate so I can get a really good cut on the ball.
Well, time will tell, Fiona. Should be an absolute cracker. But for now, let's go back upstairs to Glenn Hawke with all the team lineups.
Well, thanks very much, Drury. A great night here at Blacktown International Sports Park, the host venue for the softball for the 2000 Sydney Olympic Games, and the sport absolutely flourishing in this country right now, and great to see plenty of people coming out to see these two great teams. This is how they'll line up here tonight. Here's the full lineup for the Japan Toyota Red Terriers. At the top there, Natasha Watley, the All-American player. Yukumi Chikyu, she's playing in the outfield tonight. She's one to watch with the bat as well. And number 21, Sayuri Yamane, she is the starting pitcher. Over the page, Mika Suzuki. Monica Abbott, she will make an impact on this game here this afternoon, as will Yuka Nakamura. And these are final players for this Japan team. One of the players we will catch up with right now is Monica Abbott.
Well, we're here just before she's about to take the field with star pitcher for Japan, Monica Abbott. Monica, thank you so much for your time. Might just start by asking you, how's your preparation been and when did you arrive here in Australia?
We got to Australia about 3 days ago and preparation has been good. We've been lucky that the rain hasn't gotten us too much, so been practicing a lot and getting some good games in versus New South Wales and versus Australia. So it's been great so far.
Now, we've got to ask you, Monica, of course, you won silver at the Beijing Olympics with the US team. So how did you come to play for Japan and what's the lifestyle like?
Right, well, after 2008, basically Toyota, Japan, my team now, they recruited me to come over to Japan and play in their professional league. And I've been over there ever since. And it's been a great opportunity for me to continue my career after the Olympics.
Now, this is the first time you're playing the Australians in this tournament. What are you personally expecting?
Well, it's their national team, so I'm expecting a bunch of good hitters, especially right-handed hitters, power hitters, and you know they have such good history with Stacey Porter and Natalie Titcomb, and even on their pitching side with Melanie Roach. So the Australian national team is always very competitive, so I'm looking forward to a great game.
And can you let us in on a few secrets? How fast are you going to pitch tonight, Monica?
Well, I'm not sure. Hopefully I'll get up into the, maybe 110, 112. If I'm lucky, 118, 117, 115. I don't know. We'll see.
There's certainly a lot of people really excited to see you out there tonight. I'm one of them. It's great to have you here on our shores, Monica. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Fiona Crawford, the Aussie Spirit, a mix of youth and experience. Who do we look out for tonight?
I think they're experienced players in the likes of Stacey McManus, their shortstop, and their second base in Gemma Friga will certainly have her work cut out for her, the way the Japanese play, and Justine Smethurst will be looking to make an impact on the mound.
It's time to catch up now with a member of the Aussie pitching staff. Here's Drury with Ellen Roberts.
Well, we're here with Australian pitcher and superstar Ellen Roberts. Ellen, so much for joining us. We're not too far away from this Japan clash. You'll have to be at your best tonight, won't you?
Yeah, definitely. The Toyota team is very tough, but we're going to come out fighting and bring our best, that's for sure.
What's the feeling like within the camp? What's the mentality like within the Aussies' preparation and just general feeling at the moment?
I think it's a good feeling. We have a new bunch of girls on the team this year. It's a squad of 24 and they've cut it down to 14 for this series. So some oldies, some newbies, and we're just getting along really great, and everyone's been doing their job, and it's nice to have a new mix and a new feel amongst the team.
Yourself personally, Ellen, you're certainly fast becoming one of the more experienced players in this Australian team. Coming over from your stint in America, understanding you're going to start in Italy shortly. And what about your pitching performance in Perth recently? Another winning pitching performance for New South Wales and Gillies Shield. You're on fire.
Thank you so much, yeah. I mean, it's hard work out there, and I couldn't do it without the help of my teammates. And I think playing in the States and hopefully this next time in Italy coming, it's all just going to help me and prepare me for further things. So it's all just preparation and practice.
Well, best of luck tonight, Ellen. What can we expect from you, do you think?
I'm not sure. I might get a pitch, I might get in there, I might not, but I know the team's going to give a good go out there.
Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, these two teams are in readiness now for this Down Under Series. Australia taking on Japan Toyota Red Terriers. Before we do that, though, it's time to catch up with one of the bright young stars of this Australian lineup, Vanessa Stokes.
Vanessa Stokes is regarded as one of Australia's greatest ever softball players, and her reputation as a star pitcher is world class. She is justifiably proud of her achievements in the sport she loves, and equally as proud of her heritage.
I'm an Alice girl. I was born in Alice Springs. I moved to Darwin with my mum when I was young, when I was a little baby, and my family were into sport. They loved, and the sport happened to be softball. But like every child just plays sport because their family does, like all the Indigenous kids and stuff back home, we just all loved sport and playing it. So I just played it for fun so I could be around the aunties and all the cousins and things like that. And then Mum actually said to me one day, did you know that this sport was an Olympic sport? And from then on, she would let me know who the Australian players were at the time. And one of them actually was Kerry Dynell, who was from NT, and she was the captain. And I just idolised her, and her coming back home, I would just be in awe of her. And yeah, I just basically would always have a chat to her or go up to her when she would come home and annoy her a bit, and can you sign this and that. But yeah, I love the sport softball, and I grew up with my family playing it, and that's, I guess, like every other Indigenous person that's into sport, all our family play it, so it's a part of our culture as well, so that's what I done.
Vanessa recalls 2006 as being the year that was to propel her onto greater things in the sport of softball.
So in 2006, like you mentioned, I went and played in the Eleanor Mackenzie Shield in Brisbane in 2006, and it was awesome. We went in, we didn't think that we were going to do that well, but we actually come out on top. We were fourth spot going into the prelim, and we knocked out New South Wales to gain a spot in the final against Victoria, but we just backed ourselves all the way. And my current catcher now, Belinda White, who's catching, might see her catch tonight, she was one of my, I guess say my partner in crime there when we took down New South Wales, the Blue Bloods. So yeah, it's been like awesome, and that's probably one of my most memorable moments, I guess, for my career so far. And it's just been awesome, yeah.
It's ironic that Vanessa Stokes faces Japan in tonight's Down Under series, due to the fact that she has spent considerable time playing the game in the land of the rising sun.
When I first went over to Japan, I was there with our Aussie captain, Stacey Porter, and I was a bit new to it all. I knew I would watch when we would play them previously and just watch how they worked with their feet and hands and coordination. And when I went over, I thought, I'm going to give myself a good shot here, and I just basically mimicked them for about a couple of weeks and followed Stacey around. But then after that, I started to actually pick up their feet and the way they moved and their skill set, and just like their top at what we do now with our sports softball. So I just got into it, and I wasn't scared or anything like that. I just gave it a crack, and it was hard training, 7 hours a day to train that long. I mean, you've got to be focused and concentrated like every day, and you've always got to make sure that you're paying attention of what's being said and how they want you to do it. Because I mean, they're perfectionists, and you'll see out here today when they get out here, you watch their feet, how they move, and the way that they're routine and structured. They're pretty disciplined type players, and it will be good to see tonight anyway.
Japan is the #1 ranked nation in softball, and an Australian victory over the Gargantuans at Blacktown International Sports Park would provide the sport in Australia with a major boost.
I guess it would just build our confidence up too, because we're getting ready. We've been playing Japan for a while now, and we always just a little bit. We just slip when it's a bit frustrating. But we just want to give ourselves a good opportunity right here now to be able to boost our confidence. We've got some young players here too, so to get them amongst this environment is good for them, and for them to see how Japan play, as well as ourselves. Have a bit of confidence and get out there and just, believe in yourself and know that you can run with the best, and they're the best, and that's what we want.
As is the case with all elite athletes, 27-year-old Vanessa Stokes has no shortage of career goals.
I believe that like I said, as a kid, I wanted to play in the Olympic Games. That's probably my long-term goal for 2020. Stick around in the sport for then, see how my body holds up. I'll be over the 30-year mark then, but I just want to look after myself, and my long-term goal, like I said, was to win that, but also to be able to win a world championship too, is what I'm looking forward to for next year. And yeah, like I said before, it's just playing at a high level. I love the challenge what the sport brings, and yeah, I just live for the sport. And like everyone out here, you'll see we've got a lot of pride, and we want to be the best at what we do. So we'll see tonight how we go anyway.
We are standing by for the first pitch here at Blacktown International Sports Park for this Down Under series, with the Aussie Spirit taking on Japan Toyota Red Terriers. Fiona Crawford, great to see Justine Smethurst back on the mound for the Aussies.
Yeah, Justine took some time away from the sport a few years back, but it's great to see her back in the green and gold and facing up to one of the best players in the world in Natasha Watling.
What a star Natasha Watley is, and great for this crowd to see someone of her calibre playing here in Australia.
Dual Olympian, so she won gold in Athens, and I begrudgingly say that because she beat me. We got the silver, but she was part of the USA team that won the gold medal. Beijing, they won the silver medal, so really, really experienced player and super lightning fast.
So no doubt Watley looking to get this ball on the ground and leg something out. Great shots there from our umpire Cam tonight, sitting there behind the catcher and Belinda White. A great pitch by Smethurst there. Swing and a miss by Watley. Takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And that was a great camera shot from Amanda Hewson, who is the plate umpire, really showcasing just how fast that ball comes in from Justine.
Ball. Andy, swing.
So the umpire's just checking there to see if Watley did go on a swing, but looks like she did check that one, and it was called a ball.
Managed to hold her hands back, and Watley will just be looking to put the ball into play and leg it out to first base. She is so fast.
You can see her taking a little step towards the pitcher there as well.
So she's got 2 strikes on it, and as you can see, she's just looking to do what's called a running slap. So she's trying to hit the ball with a bit of momentum, so it makes it easier to run to first base.
Get the ball on the ground and leg it out. 2-2 is the count on Watley.
Trouble.
And again, just looking to slap that ball down. You can see the third baseman, Claire Warwick, sensing that that was going to happen. She brought herself right inside the line there. And being a left-hander as well, she gets that extra couple of steps towards first base already.
Ball.
Just a bit high and outside. That takes the count all the way full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a great lead off of bat here
Ball 3.
by Watley,
Strike
taking
2.
the count all the way, making Smethurst work early in the night. And there is that running slap. Hit the ball towards Falcon at first base, but great turn of speed there by Watley. She legs it out. Fiona Crawford, she has got some wheels.
She certainly does. And that is the exact spot that she wanted to put that ball, because she drew Chelsea Falcon in, and you'll see that second base, Gemma Freegard, wasn't sure whether she should stay in her position to field the ball, and just doesn't get to first base in time. And you see that Watley does get a foot on that base first, so fantastic start to the game from the Red Terriers.
Pretty good defensive play by the Aussies as well, but it was just the speed of Watley that beat it out.
Trouble.
So Mana Atsumi is the next batter up to the plate now and looking to advance. No doubt Watley is now a threat to steal a base here, or maybe even a bunt to advance. Let's see what happens.
Ball.
As you said, Glenn, the batter would just simply be looking to get the ball on the ground. Natasha's got the speed to get to second base, so just put the ball on the ground, take the out at 1, and they end up with a runner in scoring position at second base.
Straight down the middle, a great pitch there for a strike. Takes the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
And the Japanese are renowned in these sorts of situations with speed on the base to do a running play. So the runner will, in most instances, will go on the pitch, and the batter's job is to get the ball into play.
That ball hit to the left side. Great wheels there by Watley. That takes the double play out of play. And the Aussies effect the out at first base to get the first out.
Yep, as you can see, Natasha was going on that pitch. Ideal spot for the batter to put the ball into play. They didn't have enough time to get Natasha at the lead out at 2. So exactly the situation that they're looking for. Runner in scoring position here in the top of the first.
Ball.
Nazumi Nakasaki is the number 3 hitter. 3 left-handers to start off here for the Japanese side. With that runner, Watley, in scoring position now, a real threat to give this Japanese team their first run on the board here in the top of the first. Oh, pitch inside there, gets Nagasaki on the end of the bat, I think, and it's been called a foul.
It has been called a foul, but that certainly would jar her hands. Coming in around at 110, 112 kilometres an hour.
Off the end of the bat.
And I think the mistake she's made there, I think softballers and baseballers are taught to turn away from the pitch, but she's turned on the inside. You can see it's just wrapped her on the hands there, and that's got to hurt.
That's got to hurt.
Oh, she's fine. Yep.
Well, Nagasaki has succumbed to that injury, and Sakamoto, China Sakamoto, will come in to replace her. She'll come into the box with the count at 1-1.
Ball 1, strike 1, play ball.
That one fouled away, and Fiona, tough situation for the hitter to come in. No doubt she wasn't up swinging a bat. She's come straight off the bench, count 1-1 on her.
Yeah, and she was obviously ready to come into the game, and that just shows what a great bench player that she obviously is, coming into the box and ready to hit from pitch 1.
Ball.
And another left-handed hitter as well for Japan.
They are predominantly left-handers.
Just hide.
And they do have speed, so they really do keep the corners and the pivots on their toes, because they've got a fantastic running game but can also hit the long ball.
Ball.
A great pitch there by Smethurst. Belinda White just framing that pitch to give the umpire an extra bit of a look at it, but it was called a ball. Count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Ball 3, strike 2. Strike.
Swing and a miss by Tsukamoto. First strike out of the night for Smethurst. That's now 2 out for Japan.
2 out for Japan, and a really well-crafted strike out there by White and Smethurst. You'll see that they missed that call on the inside corner, so they opted to go with Justine's signature pitch, rise ball on the outside, and got the batter swinging.
Erina Yamamoto now to the plate for Japan.
Foul ball.
Again, another foul ball right up on the hands.
Yeah, Smethurst getting on this inside edge of the hitters here tonight, getting him off the plate.
Justine really works the inside corner with that rise ball.
And that pitch right there is the exact one. Fiona Crawford comes back inside on the hitter Yamamoto. And the count is now 1-1. Oh, Smethurst goes right inside this time. And that one has collected Yamamoto on that back elbow again. That one's got to hurt.
That's got to hurt. We'll see it here in slow-mo on the replay. Does it get a back? Oh, yes, back elbow. Going for a little bit too much on the inside of the plate there. But forced to three with 2 out.
That one gone way outside. A wild pitch there by Smethurst. That'll see Watley and also Yamamoto advance to second and third, and a great opportunity now for Japan to get their first run on the board with Sakamoto to the plate.
4-1. Play ball.
2 out for Japan, runners on second and third. And a pop-up. The third baseman, Claire Warwick, has no problems taking that catch in the final out. That ends at the top of the first inning. A couple of runners stranded, but a great work defensively there, Fiona, by the Aussies to get out of a bit of trouble.
That's a big innings for the girls, and particularly that last out, getting the easy pop fly to third base. They'll be looking to make an impact here from pitch 1, though, with Taylor Titsakronis leading off.
So the Japan Toyota Red Devils just huddling in here. High fives all round before they head out into the field, and here is one of the young guns of the Australian side, Taylor Titsakronis. Yep. She will lead things off for Team Australia. A catcher in State League, but now she's heading out to the outfield, a renowned outfielder as well for Team Australia.
Well, she's obviously just too good a hitter to leave out of the lineup. Belinda White's doing a great job behind the plate, but with Taylor's batting form at the minute, they need to get her in the lineup somewhere.
Sayuri Yamane is the pitcher on the mound for Japan. And just take a look at this pitching action, Fiona, of Yamane. Really gets through that delivery quickly.
Yeah, the Japanese pitchers do have a whipping action, so they don't generally have a long winding action. It's very short, sharp, and they really whip the ball in.
So not a lot of time for the hitters to pick up the release point.
4-2.
And obviously that whippy action, the ball can get onto you a little bit quicker as well.
Yep, very quickly, and they do have a fantastic change of speed, which is that pitch there that Taylor Titsakronis dribbled to Natasha Watley at shortstop and was able to beat that ball out.
Yeah, a great lead-off hitting there by Titsakronis. A ground ball, as you say, to the shortstop, and it was enough. The throw not quite on the money there by Watley, and Titsakronis gets on board, gives the Aussies a runner on first here in the bottom of the first.
Normally a routine play there for Natasha Watley. She'll be disappointed with that effort.
Ball.
Here is Claire Warwick to the plate now for the Aussies.
Mirror image of the Japanese first innings. Claire will be looking to put the ball on the ground into play.
And there it is, puts the bunt down. The first baseman comes down and affects the out. Great work by the second baseman in Atsumi to cover first. That affects the first out. Titsakronis advances to second. We've got 1 out here.
Big opportunity here for Chelsea Falcon with a runner in scoring position.
Big swing and a miss by Chelsea Falcon. Originally from Perth in Western Australia, but now resides and plays in Brisbane. Just picking up the signals there from the third base coach. Just working that outside edge again is Yamane. Gets Falcon swinging and chasing a pitch she probably would have otherwise laid off. 2 strikes only. No doubt she's looking to protect this plate.
And Yamane isn't known for her speed. She's throwing at about 95 to 97 kilometres an hour. But the beauty of what she does is she throws in so many off-speed pitches, and she's got the ball on a string. She can really just get millimetres of the ball across the plate to get easy strikes.
You just see her working around the zone. Got 2 early strikes on her. The catcher set up way outside just to make sure the hitter doesn't get something cheap there. And 2 and 2, she'll look like to come back to the plate now. Outside edge, gets Falcon swinging. That is the first strikeout, and a great pitch by Yamani again.
That was a change of pace there. You see that ball came out of the back of her hand. So it looks exactly the same as all of her other fast speed pitches, but it comes out at about 10, 15 kilometres an hour slower, which really caught Chelsea off guard.
Belinda White, the catcher for the Aussie Spirit, up to the plate now. Still a runner at second base. Can the Aussies plate a runner here and put pressure on Japan in the first? That ball popped up and an easy catch taken by Watley. That ends one inning here at Blacktown International Sports Park. Japan and the Aussie Spirit all tied up at 0-0. Top of the second now, Yukimi Chiku will lead things off for Japan.
One of their very few right-handed batters. It's got some great form coming into this game.
Justine Smethurst continues on the mound for the Aussie Spirit. And this one just popped into right field. That will be enough to once again lead off with a base hit for Japan Toyota Red Terriers. A great start again.
A great start. Just goes to show that you don't have to put a lot on the ball to get a base hit. I'm not too sure what the Japanese name for a blooper is, but that certainly fell in between, and they're the same situation they were in at the top of the first.
Hikaru Machida will step up now for Japan. And a great pitch by Smethurst, straight down the middle for a strike. This good hitting lineup that Japan has, Fiona, it's important for these pitchers to get in front in the count nice and early.
They do. They've got to dominate from the front because these batters are very, very aggressive.
Well, Chiku goes on the pitch. Can she steal a base? Yes, she can. Belinda White, that pitch, or the throw over, not quite on the money. Gemma Freegard not able to pick that one up, and a stolen base there for Japan.
Ball.
So runner now in scoring position. Machida now at the plate with 1 ball and 2 strikes on her. Ground ball to the left side. Stacey McManus, the shortstop, picks that one up, fires across the diamond. Holds the runner at second as well, so an important play, not just the out, but holding the runner.
Yeah, she did exceptionally well to hold Chiku at second base there. She's obviously got speed, as was evidenced by that stolen base that she had the previous pitch. So great work by Stacey to keep that runner at second base.
Ball.
Makiono up to the plate now for Japan Toyota Red Terriers. And Fiona, plenty of softball action going on right around the country. Coming up this weekend, the Men's National Open Final. That's happening up there at Redlands in Queensland this coming Saturday, March 7. Kicks off at 2:30, the final. That will be a cracking end to what will be a big week of softball.
It certainly will, Glenn. A great week for the guys. And the beauty of that tournament, they've got a great mix of young up-and-coming players that are playing across all the different states. And they've also got some old hands. So Jason Nathan, for example, playing in his 16th National Championships for Queensland. So if you're in the area, please go out and check it out.
And if you can't get out there to Redlands, make sure you pick up all the highlights that is happening on Fox Sports. We'll be there covering all the action, and make sure you check your local guides and also the Softball Australia website for telecast details of that final.
Ball.
3 balls and 1 strike now is the count on Mika Ono. Chikyu is the runner on second base. Can she be the first run across the plate? Ball popped up in fact to the right side. Titsakronis under that, takes the catch comfortably, but the runner advances to third. She tags up and slides in nice and safely to third base. Some good work there by the hitter Ono to advance the runner.
Great sacrifice fly, moving that base runner into a much better position at third base. 2 out. The Japanese Red Terriers will be looking to score this runner, really consolidate with that runner at third base.
The number 9 hitter, Kyoko Barber. She will be the hitter stepping up to see if she can drive this runner in.
Ball.
Once again, we see Smethurst just running that pitch high and inside.
In or out? In.
That's great discipline by Barber to lay off that pitch, and also a great call there by Amanda Hewson behind the plate.
Swung on, and a great pickup by Claire Warwick. She fires that across to Falcon at first. 1.5 innings gone here at Blacktown International Sports Park. Japan and Australia 0-0.
On Fox Sports, you're watching the Softball Australia Down Under series from the Blacktown International Sports Park. Our coverage presented by CTI, Eastern, Softball New South Wales, Softball Australia, Blacktown City Council, Blacktown International Sports Park and the Australian Sports Commission.
4.
Welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park
6
for this
to
Down
OPO.
Under series. The Aussie Spirit taking on the Japan Toyota Red
Thank you.
Terriers. It's time to pick up the action here in the bottom of the third inning. Japan and Australia still tied up at 0-0. Catherine Tai, the outfielder for the Spirit, she's up to the plate.
Play ball.
It is Yamani continuing for Japan here. 8th hit to the plate, and Yamani doing a great job for Japan already in this
She's
game.
doing a great job, as you can see, just moving the ball around, trying to hit her corners, going outside, inside. Catherine Tai, one of the youngsters of the team at 22.
Great piece of the ball by Catherine Tai. Puts that one into fair territory down the right side. That will give the Aussies a runner on base here as we started off in the bottom of the third.
That's a great effort there by Catherine Tai. Really lent into that pitch on the outside of the plate, put it into right field. Fantastic position for the CTI Aussie Spirit team with a runner on first base here in the bottom of the third.
Here's another one of the young guns in this Aussie side, just 19 years of age. Janice Blackman. She was part of the Queensland side that played in the final this year of the Gillies Shield. She is certainly a bright young star for this Aussie side.
Yes.
Bright young star and plays a game that's very similar to the way the Japanese play. You see she's got great speed, looking to running slap the ball into the infield to move that runner to second base and hopefully get herself on base too if possible.
Ball.
Yamani working that outside edge on that occasion. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Janice Blackman, the number 9 hitter for the Aussie Spirit. Puts this one into left field this time. Back-to-back base hits for the Aussie Spirit. Catherine Tai advances the second. It's the first real opportunity of the match for Team Australia, and a great time now as we go back to the top of the order.
Fantastic opportunity here for Taylor Titsakronis to really move those base runners around, and it just goes to show you don't have to put a lot of bat on the ball in order to get it into the outfield. You can see Blackman just laid on that pitch and got a great hit to left field.
Titsakronis bunts to the right side. Machida comes up with the throw from first. Sakamoto, she picks it up at third base. Fiona, that is a huge play.
That is a pressure play. For Machida to have the confidence in her throw, to know that she's throwing to Sakamoto, the shortstop, on the run to third base. A wild throw would surely score 1 run, if not 2 runs. So you see he charged in, never once looked to go to first base. That is a tremendous play to get the force out at third base, leaving now a runners on first and second.
Yeah, they take out that lead runner once again. Wow, what a play by Japan Toyota Red Terriers. So 1 out now for the Aussies. Runners on first and second. The bunt could well be on again.
With Chelsea Falcon in the on-deck circle, they could certainly go for a bunt option again to really get those runners in better scoring position in second and third base.
Well, Claire Warwick squares around to bunt, but pulls the bat back. That pitch on the outside. The count is 1-1 on her. It's a great hitting by the Aussies, but
Strike one.
Japan equal to the task in the field. So the hitter squares around, but just knocks that ball to the shortstop, Atsumi. The forced out once again at third base. And again, the Aussies have runners at first and second defensively. Great work by Japan.
That is tremendous defence by Atsumi. Having the presence of mind, knowing that she's got time, does a flick pass to Sakamoto at third base. Just goes to show how well drilled this Japanese Red Terriers team is.
A great pitch there on Chelsea Falcon. First base for the Aussie Spirit. She had a strikeout in her first at bat here tonight. And Yamani again working away. It was that pitch on the outside edge that Chelsea Falcon was chasing in that first at bat that resulted in the strikeout. Inside this time, a great piece of the pitching by Yamani. Falcon just pops that one back to her. The Aussies leave 2 runners stranded, 3 innings gone. We're still at 0-0 here at Blacktown International Sports Park. We now move to the top of the 4th inning. Still 0-0 defensively. Both of these teams have been great already, Fiona.
They have been. I think that last innings by the Japanese Red Terriers just goes to show what a professional, world-class team that they are. Didn't crack under pressure, trusted their game, knew what plays they had to be made, and executed perfectly.
Haruna Sakamoto will lead things off for Japan Toyota Red Terriers. Had a pop up to the third baseman. First time up. Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike on her. This one pulled hard down the left field line, just gets into fair territory. She will round first and head to second. Well, a great lead off by Sakamoto. Inch perfect, that hit down the line.
Perfect hit. You saw the chalk fly up in the air. Justine Smethurst left a little bit too much of the ball across the plate.
Ball.
Yeah, and Sakamoto absolutely drilled that one down the line. And another real good opportunity here for Japan Toyota Red Terriers to get their first run across the plate. Jikyu is the batter who will square around and bunt. That will be enough to advance the run to the third. She is sacrificed to first. That is the first out, and a great bunt play by Japan.
Perfect bunt play by Japan. Brilliant positioning. Really got it down in what we call the head-banging zone that joins the pitcher and the catcher and the first and the third base in. Just didn't allow Claire Warwick enough time to get that ball off to third, so took the force out at first.
It's a great execution there. So 1 ball only on the hitter. And Smethurst liked that one. A little jump as that call was made.
I think she jumped because she knew that she probably had a little bit too much over the plate, and I think that's a get-out-of-jail card right there.
Happy to get away with that one. And a great pitch, finds that outside edge once again. Machida could only watch that one go by. See the count now at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ball 1.
And you'll see, Glenn, that Stacey McManus and Gemma Freegard, the shortstop and the second base, are inside the line. They know that they've got speed on the bases and third base, the base runner. They need to protect that plate. So a slow ground ball to them, they're really going to be looking to make that play to Belinda White at home plate.
Yeah, base hit will score, but anything in the infield now, everyone's playing home. Everyone wants to protect that 0-0 scoreline. Swing and a miss there by Machida, and that will be the second out for Japan. A great pitch by Smethurst once again. All smiles in the Japan dugout there. They'll be smiling even more if they can get this run across the plate. Makiono will step up now for her second trip to the plate for the night. Had a fly ball to the right side. The first trip. Sakamoto is the runner on third base for Comes inside.
You can hear Belinda White behind the plate, really encouraging Justine. She knows how important this innings is. They need to get out of this innings without letting any runners cross that plate.
Should be happy to get that one as well. 2 balls on it. That one maybe looked a little bit outside, but should be happy to get herself back into this count. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count now on Maki Ono. Great pitch there, swing and a miss on that occasion. Count now 2-2. Great work for Smethurst to get herself back into the count.
2 outs here. Juzzy will be looking to put a great pitch on this batter here and get out of the innings.
That pitch low in the zone, but Ono does enough to put that one foul, keep herself in the count. Remains at 2-2. 2 out, runner at third base. Still 0 is the scoreline here at Blacktown International Sports Park for this Down Under series.
This is a great turn by Maki Ono. Runner on third base, really having the patience to make sure that she gets the pitch that she wants.
Ball 3, strike 2.
And puts a good swing on it.
And a very good at bat, as you say there, Fiona. That pitch on the inside gets herself a walk and on base. That puts runners in the corners now for Japan Toyota Red Terriers.
And be interested to see what Belinda White does with Maki Ono on first base. If she steals, whether she's going to try to get the out at second base. If she steals.
So runners at the corners. If Ono takes off, do they give her the base or do they try and affect this final out? And the runner goes. Belinda White tries to get the out and unable to do so. A great throw, was on the money, but just wasn't in time. And that's enough now for Sakamoto to score and give Japan a 1-run lead.
You'll see the runner goes on the pitch and the base runner there at third base. As soon as she sees that ball goes to second base, takes off for home. And that's the risk that you run. When you're going for that runner at second base, you need to make sure that you're going to get that throw in time. Otherwise, it leads to the runner from 3 scoring, which is exactly what happened.
Yamazaki hammers this one to the right field alley. That will score Ono. Titsakronis comes up with a throw from the outfield, but Yamazaki slides into third. What a piece of the ball, Fiona Crawford.
That's a great piece of hitting. That ball was on the outside of the plate, really drove the bat head through the ball. You'll see it's not a massive swing, but uses the pace of Justine's pitch, drives that to the fence. Taylor Titsakronis after it. Relay throws to Gemma Freegard, but just can't get the throw away in time. Ends up with Yamazaki at third base.
Super piece of hitting there, as you say. Just a great example of where to hit the ball where it is. It was on the outside edge. She hammers it to the right side and comes up with a triple.
And a dangerous batter in the box here with Natasha Watley.
And Watley drives this one through the infield. That will score another runner for Japan. What an inning this has turned out to be. Let's take a look at this once again. Gets that pitch on the inside, gets the bat head through it once again, splits the gap between the first and second baseman. Wow, great hitting here by the Japanese side.
Again, great piece of hitting. You would have seen Gemma Freegard again inside the base trying to take away Natasha Watley's speed, but Watley able to just throw the bat head down to that ball and drive it hard into left field.
Atsumi just hits one back to Smethurst. She affects the out at first. What an inning this has been for Japan. 3 runs crossing the plate. It's just a super example, Fiona, of great hitting, great discipline hitting, but, you know, hitting the pitch where it is.
Exactly, and not trying to do too much on the ball either. And it's really cracked the game open.
So a change of pitcher now for Team Japan. Katsumi Hirahara. She will step up and replace Yamani. Yamani had 3 great innings, a couple of strikeouts for her. And of course, kept Australia scoreless through those opening 3 innings.
And again, you'll see Hirahara, similar sort of pitching action. Really short, sharp, jumping out towards the batter with that whip action.
Oh, big swing and a miss there by Belinda White. This catcher for Team Australia. She had a pop up to the shortstop with her first trip to the plate tonight. Hits that one foul. Back onto the net. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count on Belinda White.
Strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now with a new pitcher coming into the game, Belinda White really needs to make sure she's disciplined in the batter's box. Doesn't allow Hirahara to find her groove early in the piece.
Ball.
Well, after falling behind in the count early, she's done well here.
Full count on
Full
one
count.
ball, 2 balls, 2
Takes
strikes.
the
Ball 3.
at
Strike
bat
2.
all the way. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Ball 4.
And a great piece of lead-off hitting there to draw the walk.
That's a fantastic turn in the box there. As I said,
Time.
new pitcher coming into the game, you don't want to let her get any cheap outs. So White on first base, McManus will be certainly looking to move that runner around.
Oh, great piece of the ball by McManus. She slaps that one into left field. First pitch ripped straight into it. And no doubt, Hirahara gave up the walk, wanted to find something around the zone there, and first pitch, great piece of the ball by McManus.
Yep, Stacey gave that pitch what it deserved. She put too much of the ball on the plate. Again, didn't do too much with the swing,
Ball.
but drilled it hard into left field. Fantastic position here for the CTI women's team. Forced to 3, none out.
Runners on first and second. None out.
Ball.
And Freegard looking to bunt here, Fiona. It's probably the only play they're going to look for. Get that ball on the ground, advance those runners around with none out.
Advance those runners, and the bunt has to be in a perfect position, otherwise they'll look for that lead out again.
Ball high in the zone, but Freegard does a great job to get that ball down on the ground. She's put out at first, but does the job perfectly. Runners now on second and third.
Runners on second and third. That's a great play by Machida at first base. She did look to third base to see if she could get the force out, but managed to make fantastic throw to first base to just get Gemma Freegard in time.
And a great job too. That pitch was high in the zone, so a tendency there for the hitters to get the bat under it and pop that one up, but she did do a great job to get over the top of the ball, get the ball down into the dirt.
And that's precisely why most pitchers throw rise balls in that situation, for that very fact that most batters do pop that ball up. So great work, as you said, to really get on top of that rise ball, get the ball on the deck and move your runners around.
Simone Freeman to the plate now for the Aussies.
She needs to cover the plate here, Simone. Runners in scoring position, an ideal position to really claw some of those runs back.
Oh, that pitch on the outside edge. I think Simone Freeman might not be very impressed with that last call. That's tough with 2 strikes on you.
That is tough. Well framed by the catcher. I would be calling for the third umpire if it was there. But 2 strikes, you've got to cover the plate.
Yeah.
The Japanese are so good at finding the corners.
As you say, great work by the catcher. Ball was off the plate, but great work by the catcher to frame that pitch. Now, a bit of an illusion there for the umpire. She thought it was good enough, and the strikeout given.
Yep, exactly.
Foul ball.
Catherine Ty, the centre fielder, will now step up with 2 out. Can she drive 1, if not 2 of these runners in for the Aussie Spirit?
Single to right, last turn at bat. Would be ideal if she could do the same here.
Ball.
Just missing outside, 1 ball. 2 strikes now on Catherine Ty.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out runners at second and third.
This one popped up. Back to the screen again, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And you'll see the catcher, Nakagawa, down and away and then up and in. That's really the strategy for this pitching and patching combination.
Back-to-back strikeouts by Hirahara. That retires the Aussie Spirit. Those 2 runners left stranded, Fiona. Disappointing outcome after a great start to that inning.
The Aussie girls will be very disappointed that they couldn't consolidate on those early runs.
Play ball.
but nothing can be taken away from the pitching and catching combination there. Really stuck with the game plan, and it proved effective.
Ball.
So a change on the mound for the Aussie Spirit as well. Vanessa Stokes replaces Justine Smethurst.
Double.
And Vanessa Stokes, a great young player in this side. We saw profiled earlier, originally from the Northern Territory, but playing out of South Australia these days.
Yeah, she's a great young player, but she's got loads of experience in such a short period of time. She'll be really looking to make an impact here in the top of the fifth and make sure that she gets these lead-off batters out, and fantastic change of pace there. I think Vanessa really wanted that pitch. You could see a little skip and a jump at the end. But really looking to get, in particular, this lead-off batter out and make an impact.
Strike 2.
Tsukamoto is the hitter to the plate for Japan.
Ball.
Belinda White just framing that pitch on the inside, hoping to get the call her way. Unfortunately not.
Ball
Count now 2 and 2.
Strike 2.
That one on the outside, and a line drive taken by Claire Warwick. Sharp catch there by the third baseman. That is one away for Japan.
And coming to the plate now, Mika Suzuki for a first turn at bat in this game. Nice pick up there by Claire Warwick at third base down the foul ball line.
Yeah, Suzuki replacing Yamamoto in the lineup. Oh, and a great take once again by Claire Warwick to pick that one up, and a great scoop also by Chelsea Falcon. Great play all round by the Aussie Spirit.
That's a great backhand play by Claire Warwick. Equally fantastic pick there by Chelsea Falcon at first base.
It's time to head back down to the dugout with Drury once again. With him is former player, now coach, Kim Tolinair.
We're down here in the Australian dugout with battery coach Kim Tolinair, top of the fifth. Kim, Australia down 3-0 at the moment. And after that last inning, we saw Vanessa Stokes warming up. No surprise to see her out there. How do you think Stokes will go?
Yeah, look, I'm pretty confident she'll do a good job. She's a well-renowned pitcher. She's got a lot of international experience, and she's ready to go. She's had a good warm-up, and I can't wait to see what she delivers in the next few innings.
Big game for Justine Smethurst today. Your assessment of her performance?
Outstanding. To be honest, we just need to continue to back her up in the field. Hopefully we'll get a few hits leading into the next few innings, but a performance from Juzzy like that is outstanding. Very happy.
Will we see Ellen Roberts today?
Not sure. Hopefully Vanessa Stokes can close out the game for us.
Is 3 runs too big a task?
Not at all, no.
Confident?
I'm not sure at the moment. We get a few hits and then anything can happen, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
We'll leave you to the coaching and get back to it. Thanks, Kim.
Lovely, thank you.
Thanks once again to Drury, doing a great job down in the dugout for us here tonight. Back to the action on the diamond. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Sakamoto, facing Vanessa Stokes in the mound. Well, Sakamoto pulls that one hard past the third baseman, Claire Warwick. Janice Blackman picks that one up. Sakamoto off first base a little bit too far. She has to dive back in. If it came a little bit of heads-up play there by Frieger, they may have got that runner at first.
They may have got that runner. I think Gemma Frieger probably could have had a play there. Chelsea Falcon did hold her up. Overthrow to first base would lead to runner potentially getting to second base. Same situation that we're in now, though.
Yes, so Sakamoto picks up a stolen base to give Japan another runner in scoring position.
And you can see Vanessa Stokes is not happy on the mound. She'll be looking to make sure she gets this ball on the corner of the plate.
Ball.
Runs out on the inside, yeah. Wants to make sure she stays in front, but not leave anything hanging over the plate here.
Chikyu got a single in the first innings. With 2 outs, again, she'd be looking to consolidate that runner from second base.
Much better pitch by Vanessa Stokes on that occasion. Just finds that outside edge. Takes the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Chikyu drives this one to the right side. Another hit by Team Japan. That will be enough to score another runner. Sakamoto crosses the plate. Now all of a sudden,
Time.
Japan leading this one by 4 runs to 0.
And you'll see the pitch here from Stokes, meant to be on the outside corner, straight down the chute. Just not enough done with that pitch. She'll be disappointed with that. Nice play there by Taylor Titsakronis. Chelsea Falcon takes the option of cutting that ball so the runner doesn't advance to second base.
Yeah, just left that one straight down the can. And easy as you like for the hitter. Well, looked a pretty average swing on that occasion, but the hitter there, Machida, looking to protect that runner, get a cut on to try and put the catcher off, and it was enough to see another stolen base here for Japan.
Makita certainly wasn't looking to hit that pitch by any means. It was a defensive swing to try and put the catcher Belinda White off before making that throw to second base. But just tremendous base running by the Japanese Red Terriers here. Aggressive base running, really keeping this Aussie Spirit team on their toes.
And really this Japan team playing in the professional industrial leagues over there in Japan, they really are a class outfit right across the field and putting on a great display for everyone here at Blacktown.
Yeah, exactly. Textbook softball. They're really just moving their base runners around station to station. When runners are in scoring position, they're not trying to put too much on their swings. Really just contact the ball, get the ball into play, and use the speed of their base runners to put pressure on the field and score runs.
3-1 on Machida. And this one hit straight back to Vanessa Stokes. She gets the easy out, and that completes the top of the fifth inning. Not before Japan do a bit of damage once again. They get another run across the plate. And
I don't think Vanessa Stokes will be particularly happy with that pitching innings. But Janice Blackman here looking to claw a couple of those runs back.
Yeah, had a base hit the last time up to the plate. Can she do it again? Lead off and get something started here for the Aussie Spirit. So we are into the bottom of the fifth inning. Hirahara still on the mound. And it's time to go back down to the dugout once again. Drury is with one of the superstars of this team, Natasha Watley.
Well, we're here in the dugout with one of the Toyota Red Terriers star players, Natasha Watley from the United States of America, playing tonight. Natasha, first of all, your teammate shook you, got rushed to hospital. Hopefully she's okay. Is there any updates there?
No updates, but hopefully she's okay. She's got a strong heart, so I'm sure she'll be fine and get through it. She'll be fine.
Did that incident spur you on? We saw a couple of runs there to take the 3-0 lead.
No, I think we didn't start scoring until a little bit later, so I think, if anything, it kind of halted us for a little bit.
And we have yet to see Monica Abbott. Will she be unleashed at some point?
That's a secret. I don't know if I can tell you.
I can tell you, Natasha, we did catch a glimpse of her warming up in one of the backfield.
Right, well, I'm focused on this game. I can't give you any secrets.
Thanks very much once again, Drury. And Janice Blackman grounds out to the left side. Furusawa is the new third baseman into the action here for Japan. That is now one out for the Aussie Spirit. They'll go now back to the top of the order with Taylor Titsakronis to the plate.
Again, going for that outside corner, looking to get that strike call. Taylor needs to make sure she covers the plate, not try to put too much on the swing.
Pops this one up to centre field. A good piece of the ball, but it won't be enough. Sakamoto is the centre fielder who effects that out. 2 quick outs now for the Aussie Spirit, and that will bring the third baseman, Claire Warwick, to the plate. Well, Claire, unable to come up with a hit tonight, but she has been absolutely rock solid in that hot corner.
She has. She plays a fantastic game at third base, and her idol, Sally McCready, was also an esteemed third base player for the Aussie women's team. 365 caps to her name, so she'll be looking to emulate Sally here.
Ground ball to the right side. That is an easy out, and that ends the inning for the Aussie Spirit. Well, it's 50 years ago that the first Australian women's team took part in the World Championships down in Melbourne. One of the stars of that team was Mitch Nelson. Our own Drury Forbes caught up with her a little earlier today.
Well, we're here with a very special guest, a member of the inaugural 1965 World Softball Championship winning Australian side, and still the only Australian side to win a World Championship, Midge Nelson. Midge, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Wow, 50 years ago today. Tell us all about it.
Exact day, yeah. Well, when you beat America at their own game, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, does it, really? So it was just a thrill. They beat us in the warm-up games, but we beat them in the one that counted. So, you know, we were very proud and very excited when it happened.
And you can still say the only successful Australian side to do so. So what's it mean to catch up with some of your teammates from 50 years ago this evening?
You know, I mean, we've all caught up yesterday, and it's just like it was last week that we actually played, because all the stories just kept coming out, and, you know, somebody'd say something and they'd think of something else. So it's just been non-stop chatter for the last 48 hours almost. It's been marvellous, absolutely.
I'll lap it up, Midge. Just finally, how do you see the future of Australian softball at the moment heading?
Oh, look, looking at these girls, they're fit, and they've got a lot of assistance from governments and things like that, and sponsorships. So I think all of that is helping them, and they've set a really good standard, and they're well respected throughout the world. So I think they're going to go really well. Yeah.
Well, Midge, thank you very much. It's an absolute honour to catch up with you.
Yeah, no worries.
Stay with us. After the break, more from the 2015 Down Under Softball Series right here on Fox Sports.
This is the Softball Australia Down Under Series on Fox Sports. Our coverage presented by CTI, Eastern, Softball New South Wales, Softball Australia, Blacktown City Council, Blacktown International Sports Park, and the Australian Sports Commission.
Welcome back to Blacktown International Sports Park for this Down Under series. I'm Glenn Hawke, joining commentary by two-time Olympian Fiona Crawford. And Fiona, this Japanese team really putting on a show here tonight.
They are a class act. These players don't just play for Toyota Red Terriers, they also work for Toyota. So these ladies train 6 days a week as well as working. So general day for them is wake up, go straight to work, finish work probably about 1:30, 2 o'clock, get changed into their softball gear, and then spend the afternoon training. So they are so routine, so well drilled, and I think we've seen that tonight. It's just been a class act.
Yeah, they've been outstanding right across the diamond. And this one by Ono, he's just hit straight back to Vanessa Stokes. She gets the easy out at first base. That is one out for Japan here in the top of the 6th inning. Naomi Nakagawa will step up for her first at bat for the night. She replaces Yamazaki, who had that fantastic hit for Japan in the 4th inning to drive in a couple of runs.
Great pitch there by Vanessa Stokes. I must say she looks far more comfortable in this innings than she did last innings. Great backhand play by Stokes on Ono last batter. Nice pick up there by Belinda White too. So she'll be looking to find her groove here in the top of the 6th.
We mentioned about the Japanese pitchers early on, quite a quick through their action and quite whippy. This is a good contrast that we see here by Vanessa Stokes, quite long in her action.
Yep, she's got long levers, able to generate significant amount of pace on the ball. Not finding the spots as well as she'd like, and I think evidenced by body language there. Great pitch to come back with though.
Yeah, certainly was high in the strike zone. Got Nakagawa chasing that pitch high. Count is now 2-2 with one out here in the top of the 6th.
Ball 2, strike 2.
Well, a ground ball to the left side, and Claire Warwick, she's been outstanding tonight, unable to get a handle on that one. And Nakagawa will get on board with an error to the third baseman.
19 out, 20 out.
Sorry, 20 out.
In comes Simone Freeman as a new pitcher.
Going down to 9 plate.
Vanessa Stokes, 1.1 innings, gave up a couple of hits and a couple of runs.
Ball.
And Simone Freeman, as you say, she's coming on to see if she can finish this one off for the Aussie Spirit.
Strike.
And a bit on the ball as well.
Yeah, Simone throws the ball hard. Again, we'll see if the Japanese put some sort of running play on here.
Strike.
And that they do. The throw over by Belinda White doesn't get the runner. It gets through to centre field. Catherine Ty has to pick that one up. The runner advances to third. Take a look at that once again on the replay. We get a good pitch on it, but the good jump by the runner. Belinda White just bounces that into third. Stacey McManus unable to pick that pieces up there. Catherine Ty has to tidy up at centre field. So once again, Japan has a runner in scoring position at third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the hitter.
Ball.
Let's just say Simone Freeman got plenty on the ball. A tall, strong girl, and looking to see if she can dominate these hitters who have done a great job for Japan tonight.
And looking to keep that runner where she's at third base.
This one hit to the left side. Janice Blackman goes back. It goes over her head. One bounce into the fence. That will score another run for Team Japan. And a great hit there by Mami Tanaka. Absolutely hammers that one to left field. Janice Blackman didn't have a play on that one. She could only pick it up from the fence. So let's take a look at that once again. Takes that pitch on the outside edge and just hammers it to the left side. Blackman goes back. It's just one bounce into the fence. Great piece of hitting there by Japan.
Fantastic piece of hitting. Ordinarily, that ball would have probably gone over the fence. It's a bit humid here tonight, so we're lucky enough that that ball stayed inside the diamond. As you said, Janice Blackman could do nothing but retrieve that ball from the fence and get it back into the infield to keep the runner at second base.
So Japan now leading it by 5 runs to 0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Mana Itsumi is to the plate now, the second baseman for Japan.
Ball.
Great pitch, just the bottom part of the zone, called a ball.
Good to see Simone coming back with a strong, hard pitch after that ball that was sent deep to left field.
This one lifted to left field once again. Blackman underneath it, takes a comfortable catch. That is the end of Mana Itsumi, and it is now 2 out for Japan. Midori Kamiyama is the new hitter to the plate. She replaces Tsukamoto, who was into the action nice and early in the game, wasn't in the starting lineup. But when Nagasaki caught one in the hand with her first at bat, just 2 pitches she faced, then all of a sudden, Tsukamoto's into the action.
You've got to be ready.
Oh, great piece of the ball once again. This one's pulled hard down the left field line, but fortunately for the Aussie Spirit, that one sails foul over the fence.
I think Simone Freeman would have been holding her breath then as soon as that pitch left her hand. She knew there was too much of that ball across the plate.
Well, that ball down along the ground. The runner goes to third, but a great play by Belinda White. She comes up firing, and the umpire punches the runner out. That will end the top of the 6th inning. Great work by the Aussies to get out of it. Let's take a look at that play again. Not the greatest pitch there by Simone Freeman.
Not the greatest pitch, but again, fantastic base running, albeit she does get out. She saw that ball was on the plate. Third base umpire Andrew Vineflesh made sure that Claire Warwick held onto that ball. Gave it a big throw out there for the third out.
Certainly was. So the Aussies dragging 5 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And something that I know a lot of the crowd here and you and I have been looking forward to, maybe not the Aussie hitters, but Monica Abbott is now on the mound for Japan.
All of 6'3", and you can see it's quick.
And what about the step on her as well? She's halfway to the plate when she lets go of the ball.
Doesn't give you much time at all. Chelsea Falcon just needs to make contact with this. Interesting, Chelsea Falcon also played for Australia in the 2004 World Baseball Championships. So very, very experienced hitter at the plate. But you'll see, yeah, where Monica Abbott lands after she lets that ball go.
One ball, one strike,
So you see, she goes into very much a crouch position before she launches into it.
Strike.
And that's trying to pick up that release point as well. That's what the Aussie hitters will be looking to do, but easier said than done from sitting back here.
Strike 2.
And I'll say from experience, it is much easier said than done. You'll see a completely different style to the other Japanese pitchers. Really launches out.
Strike 3.
And a great pitch there, a swing and a miss there by the hitter, Chelsea Falcon. Well, you've had the pleasure or otherwise of facing Monica Abbott.
I'm not so sure if I'd call it the pleasure. It was an experience, Glenn. Look, she's just a class act. And I think what's fantastic about Monica is she remains composed. Many pitchers that are that quick do tend to try and overpitch the ball and they lose a lot of their accuracy. But Monica certainly knows her game. And you can see here, she's got such a command of the ball.
So the home plate
Illegal
umpire,
pitch on that last pitch.
as you can just hear there, Fiona called an illegal pitch. Talk us through that one.
I think you'll find it's because Monica didn't have both feet in
Ball
contact
1,
with the plate
Strike 1.
when she released the ball.
So a ball called on the batter. 1-1 is the count now on Belinda White.
And there you go, she's proved me wrong.
Just a little bit outside on that occasion. Looks like she got a hand clipped on the side of her leg there as she released that ball, and that one about 4.5 metres outside the outside edge.
I think Belinda White will be taking those 2 free strikes though. Thank you very much.
Comes back with a fantastic pitch high in the zone. You can hear the slap in the glove there for the catcher. She has got some on that one.
Ball.
Well held there by Belinda White.
Yvonne, swing.
So we just see the home plate umpire once again just checking to see if Belinda White did go
Ball
through
3,
with the swing,
strike
but
2.
it takes a strong hitter to be able to hold those hands back.
It really does. You're looking to hit every pitch and your only decision is no.
Strike.
No doubt that time, big swing and a miss, and that is a second strikeout in the inning for Abbott. Really showing her dominance nice and early in her appearance here at Blacktown International Sports Park. And that will now bring Stacey McManus. See if she can keep something going, or get something started, in fact, here in the bottom of the 6th.
You'll see Stacey, interesting though, has shortened up on the bat and closed her stance a little bit. Really just looking to punch the ball. Made an adjustment, realising that she's got significant pace to face.
And McManus hits that one to right field, comes up with a base hit. Well, after seeing the previous 2 hitters strike out, as you say, she's made an adjustment. What a great at-bat that was.
That's fantastic, just leaning on the ball, and you'll see Stacey is super excited there at first base.
Big smiles all around by Stacey McManus. Australia behind in the score, but a little battle won there by Stacey McManus, the shortstop for the Aussie Spirit. But still, the Aussies, plenty of work to do. 1 runner on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And this is the second baseman, Gemma Freegard, drops that bunt down, tries to get on, but that is the final out here for the Aussies in the bottom of the 3rd. They leave a runner stranded. It is still Japan leading it by 5-0.
Top 7.
We now go to the top of the 7th inning, with Japan leading this one by 5-0. It will be Midori Kimiyama who will now step up to the plate for Japan. And Simone Freeman continuing for Australia. And a good first up pitch, swing and a miss by Kimiyama.
And the Aussies will really just be looking to get out of this innings without any more damage.
Ball.
Yeah, in fact, just tidy this one up. A good end to the game is obviously what they're looking for, yeah. Ball just dipping there into the zone, or out of the zone in fact. Count 2 balls and 1 strike.
Ball 2, strike 1.
And as I mentioned earlier, it's quite humid here, which is always a good thing for pitchers. It does allow them to get a little bit more movement on the ball. Again, lucky to get out of that one with a foul ball.
Ball 2,
But a
strike
fantastic
2.
opportunity here for Simone Freeman to face some world-class Japanese hitting.
Strike 3.
A swing and a miss. That ball picked up on the half volley, so the catcher, Belinda White, had to effect the out at first base. But that is now 1 away. Well, let's just say it's a great experience here tonight at Blacktown, and not a World Cup year for the Australian women's side. So no doubt a building and development year as we lead into the World Cup in 2016.
And I think that's clear by the team that we've got out on the diamond here. As we said at the outset, they don't have a lot of their seasoned players in their team. They're looking to blood a few young players, get them some experience, so that they are better prepared for the World Series in Canada in 2016.
So 2 quick outs for Team Australia, and that's exactly what they would have hoped for here. Furusawa is to the plate now. She had a base hit her last trip up, just her second trip to the plate now for the night. This one grounded up the middle. Stacey McManus throws that one across the diamond, and great work by Chelsea Falcon once again. That ends the top of the 7th inning. Japan still leading it by 5 runs to 0. Well, plenty of softball happening around Australia, as we mentioned earlier, Fiona. And of course, up in Queensland right at the moment, the Men's Open National Championships are taking place up there at Redlands. You'll be able to see the action coming up in the coming weeks on Fox Sports. What a great weekend, culminating on Saturday with the final.
With the final, it'll be interesting to see who makes that. Some really quality teams up there. WA dominate, Victoria, Queensland. It can be anyone's game.
Play ball.
And a big year, Fiona, not just for softball but also for baseball as well, to see if those 2 sports will be reintroduced into the Olympics in 2020.
Hopefully a decision's going to be made by August this year. And fingers crossed the sports of softball and baseball get back into the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. Unfortunately, the girls are in a bit of limbo at the minute, not too sure whether it's there or not. But I think, as you can see, world-class softball like this is such a fantastic sport, a spectator sport. These spectators here have been treated to such a high-level, world-class game. Fingers crossed it gets back into the Olympics and these girls have the opportunity to play for Olympic medals.
You did just that a couple of times yourself, no doubt. It was an experience of a lifetime.
Absolutely, and I still get goosebumps walking back into this stadium knowing that this is where we won the bronze medal. Unfortunately, we did go down to the Japanese and the Americans, but it's such a fantastic experience. So look, fingers crossed that we do get the go-ahead, because I'm sure that we'll be able to showcase what a fantastic sport that it is.
So this is Brianna McGovern, is coming on to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3 balls and 1 strike on her.
Ball 3, strike 1.
She is facing Monica Abbott. 2 strikeouts already for her. Big swing and a miss by McGovern. She won't die wondering with that attitude.
She won't die wondering. Again, one of the youngsters of the team.
Ball 3, strike 2.
Bit of a baptism of fire here facing Monica Abbott, but tremendous experience for Brianna.
Strikeout number 3 for Monica Abbott, dominating on the mound here for Japan.
And the Aussie girls are actually putting good swings on these pitches. I think they're just being beaten for pace.
Straight down the chute for Monica Abbott. Starts off with a strike on Catherine Tai. Had a base hit in the bottom of the 3rd.
Strike.
And in Australia, we don't face a lot of left-handed pitchers. Obviously, in America, predominantly left-handed pitchers. So throw in the dynamic of a left-handed pitcher and a ball coming in at pace, significant pace, it does change the dynamics of hitting.
Strike 3.
Strikeout number 4 for Monica Abbott. Catherine Tai goes down swinging this time It is now 2 out for the Aussies here in the bottom of the 7th. Janice Blackman, the left fielder for the Aussie Spirit, steps up. We mentioned with Stacey McManus when she stepped up, the adjustment she made, shortened up on the bat. You can see that Janice Blackman doing that exact same thing.
Just looking to put the ball into play, you'll see shortstops come in, knowing that Blackman's got pace.
Strike.
Well, Janice Blackman's certainly not intimidated by the pace of Abbott. You can see her taking a couple of steps towards the mound there, and when a ball's coming on you at 110, 120 k's an hour, that all of a sudden makes it a little bit quicker again.
You just want to be getting bat on ball in this position. Good turn in the box here by Janice Blackman.
As you said, they're still getting good cuts on the ball despite how fast they're coming in, and remaining disciplined as well.
Yep.
1 ball, 2 strikes on the left fielder, Janice Blackman. A great job there just to get a little bit of bat on ball to keep herself alive. So Blackman will go back into the box, still the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And any sort of contact that Janice can get on the ball will put pressure on the defensive infield. And we've seen him so far tonight. You've just got to get bat on ball, and the ball will do the work for you.
Strike 3.
Strike 3, that is the end of this down under series match. What a performance by the Japanese Toyota Red Terriers. They take this one out by 5 runs to 0.
Fantastic game for the spectators here. They've seen some world-class pitching, world-class batting, and a fantastic opportunity for a young Aussie Spirit side to get exposure to that sort of style of play.
Well, that is the final result here at Blacktown International Sports Park, with the Japan Toyota Red Terriers defeating the Aussie Spirit by 5 runs to 0. Well, as we mentioned, some superstars in this match here tonight. No more so than Monica Abbott. She's down on the ground now with Drury Forbes.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, we're here with one of the stars of the show tonight, and that is Monica Abbott. Picture for the Japan Toyota Red Terriers. And Monica, what a performance. Came in at the end, and not only was that super fast, but you really didn't give the Australian batters any chance.
Yeah, you know, I came in to close. It's actually one of my favorite things to do is to come in the end of the game, but just was trying to get outs.
The team was very coy about you coming in, but we saw you practicing out the back there. We suspected it. Did you enjoy yourself out there?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun tonight. It was great to have a good crowd and everyone kind of excited to see me throw and to be a part of the game tonight and supporting the Aussies, and just great competition all around.
And what's it like playing for a Japanese franchise? You know, I did notice you're warming up by yourself a little bit, but maybe that's because of your position. And how's your Japanese?
My Japanese is okay. It's actually a lot of fun, and you have to learn how to laugh at yourself because you make a lot of mistakes speaking Japanese.
Well, you certainly didn't look out of place out there tonight, Monica. Congratulations on a wonderful result, and hopefully you enjoy your time here in Australia. You're going to see some sights?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, and I'm going to be in Sydney and see the sights, so looking forward to it.
Monica Abbott, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's back to you guys.
Well, it's been a great night of softball here at Blacktown International Sports Park. And don't forget, plenty more softball action happening up in Queensland this week. It is the Australian Open Men's Championship, the final taking place this Saturday. Make sure you catch that one if you're in the area. If not, we'll be showing highlights on Fox Sports in the coming weeks. Make sure you check your local guides and also the Softball Australia website for all the details. Well, Fiona Crawford, thanks for joining us. What a night it's been here in Sydney.
What a treat for these spectators here, as you can see, showing their appreciation for a tremendous team from Japan and also a fantastic experience and performance by the Aussie Spirit.
Thanks, Fiona Crawford. I'm Glenn Hawke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.